Good morning everyone. Hope everyone are doing well. Let's start module. This module include about various IO devices that are going to discuss in detail about input and output devices. Let us see what are the contents inside this particular module. This module include the main points like we will see the introduction and we have to see why the IO interfacing is needed, and we will discuss about different types of IO addressing, and the major part is we are going to discuss in detail about various types of input devices as well as output devices. As we all know that input and output units are part of components of a computer, and now we are going into detail about the various devices that can be used along with the input unit as well as the output unit. Input-output devices, commonly abbreviated as IO devices, these are used to provide the means of communication between the computer and the outer world. Input devices are used to feed manually prepared data and programs to computers, and output devices to print or display computer results or to store them on a secondary storage device for further processing. So we know the functions of input unit and output unit. So all devices under each category will do the functions as we discussed earlier. The IO devices are also known as peripheral devices because they surround the CPU. There are several input-output devices. Here you can see a figure in the right side. Here we have many devices, and some devices are used as input and output devices, or some are called as input devices and some are output devices. You just try to see the figure. We will discuss in detail about each and every device in the later sessions. Now we will see what is the need for IO interfacing. Now let's see what are the reasons for using the IO interfacing. It is important to note that even the fastest of IO devices is very slow when compared to the speed of primary storage and CPU. That is, the CPU and the primary memory speed is faster than the IO device's speed. The main reason for this is that the speed of IO devices in most cases depends upon mechanical movement, and the potential improvement of such devices is limited. To reduce the speed mismatch, magnetic storage devices are used as buffers between mechanical IO devices and main memory. The magnetic mass storage devices can act as an input device at a later time. The purpose of the communication links for interfacing is to resolve the differences that exist between the central computer and each peripheral. So we need a separate communication links for interfacing between the computer and each peripheral devices. Now let's see the differences between the peripheral devices and the CPU. Peripherals are electromechanical and electromagnetic devices, whereas CPU and memory are electronic devices. So this is one of the major difference between peripherals and CPU and memory. Since the manner of operation is different for these devices, a conversion of signal values may be required. So that is the main reason we are going for interfacing. Second reason is that, the second difference is that the data transfer rate of peripherals is usually slower than the transfer rate of the CPU. Therefore, a synchronization mechanism may be needed. And the third difference is based on data codes and formats. These are also differ in peripheral devices as well as in CPU and memory. The operating modes of peripherals are also different. from each other, and each must be controlled so as not to disturb the operation of other peripherals connected to the CPU. So each and every device will have different modes of operation. So we have to take care of this. So these are the major reasons or major differences for having a I/O interfacing. So, to solve these differences, special hardware component that is called as interface units are used between peripheral devices and CPU. This can be seen in the figure that is shown in the right side. Here, the processor and each and every I/O devices are connected through the bus. That here we are representing the I/O bus, and we are connecting these devices via interface unit. In addition, each device is having its own device controllers. That is not shown in this figure, but each and every device will have their own device controllers that operate a particular electromechanical device. Each peripheral is associated with an interface unit which decodes the address and control received from the I/O bus. For each and every I/O devices, we will have separate interface units, and these are used to decode the address and control received from the I/O bus. Then it interprets and provides to the controller of that particular device. It also synchronizes and supervises the transfer between peripheral device and processor. Now let us see what is a I/O bus. It is similar to the system bus. I/O bus also consists of data bus, address bus and control bus. To start input-output operation, the processor places the address of the device to the address bus and function code to the control bus. The function code is also known as I/O commands. We may have 4 types of I/O commands, which include control command, status command, system output command and system input command. Control command is used to activate the peripheral device and to inform it what to do. Then status command is used to test various status conditions in the interface and peripheral devices. System output command causes the interface to respond by receiving data from processor through I/O bus and store it in appropriate registers inside the peripheral device. So it causes the output operation of the system. Then system input command causes the interface to respond by transferring data from device through I/O bus and store it in appropriate registers or memory by the processor. So this is used to initiate the input process of a system. Here this figure shows various types of devices. Some of the devices may be familiar to you. So I am giving you this figure as an assignment. You try to name these devices and categorize into input devices, output devices and the devices that can be used for both the purpose. So try to do this and I am giving you this assignment. Don't worry that if you are not getting the name of a particular device, we will discuss each and every one in detail. Thank you everyone. This module is not having much concepts to explain. There are some points to remember and you have to study the points because you can expect questions, short questions and long questions from this particular module. So you may feel dry while I am taking this module, but I will quickly go through this module because we need not explain something. It's like a self-explanatory content. So do cooperate with me. I will do my maximum justice to this module with you. Thank you.